Hey guys, it's Drea. Today I have for you my favorites. I feel like I haven't done a favorites video in so long. Like I did a current drugstore favorites recently, but I haven't been doing monthly favorites just because I haven't been able to put videos up in any consistent basis. So I never knew like when I should put it up. But I'm pretty sure that this will go up on time for it to be my May favorites. This is a lot of stuff that I've been using in the last couple weeks and maybe a little bit before that too, that I just kind of wanted to catch up and tell you about how much I loved it. So I'm going to jump right in to this. This is the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. This is what I've been using pretty consistently under my eyes. It's not even in my everyday makeup drawer right now, but I keep looking in my everyday makeup drawer at my Fenty powder and going, I don't want to use that. I want to use the Hourglass powder. So I've really been using this pretty much every day since I got it in the VIB sale. I absolutely adore this for under the eyes. It has this little stopper thing where when you flip it over, it kind of stops it from putting too much up here, and you get pretty much the right amount for under the eyes and the face. Now, that being said, a lot of people want to use more of it on their face and it might not be enough. I don't really use it on my face. I use it just like under the eye, and then maybe I'll put it in my T-zone, and it gives a really like smooth, perfected look. But I don't really use it everywhere else. I just use a regular powder for everywhere else. I never get creasing with this. I feel like I get a really smooth under eye. It sets my concealer perfect, and I don't want to use anything else. So that means it's a favorite, right? I've been using this a lot on the rest of my face. This is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Poreless Finish Airbrush Powder. It's in translucent. It's just like a loose powder. And I feel like this is a really, really good mattifying powder. It has no color to it. It has no flashback to it. I think I tried it once under my eye and it was like a little too silicone-y, like it wouldn't stick really. So I kind of didn't try it again. But the rest of my face, I feel like it is mattifying pretty much all day for me, and I really, really like it. Okay, these I bought during the VIB sale, and I bought 3 of them and I returned 2 because I did not like the other 2. So this is the Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duo Matte and Shimmer. I feel like when these came out, people were so crazy over them that you were only hearing good things. And it was during the VIB sale, and you know, when new things come out during the VIB sale, it's like, let's jump on that now. But okay, I got 3. I got this one, which is Soft Peach, Warm Honey, and Pink Dahlia. And I tried them all out immediately because I was like, you know what, these are so much money that if I hate them, they're going back. And I feel like the issue with these is they are over pigmented. And when it comes to blush, I've always said, that's not a favorite of mine. Like, I don't want over pigmented blush. It just ends up looking like clown cheeks. Pink Dahlia was way too much on me, and even when I was like lightly touching my brush in it, way too much was coming out, and it was so clown cheeky. So I returned that. Warm Honey I had high hopes for as well because it's more like a kind of bronzy tone, but still same thing. It was way too much. I just don't know how anybody who is, and I know there are people that have been loving them that are much fairer than me. I just don't know how it works. But this one has been perfect. So this is Soft Peach. I feel like this is just fine in its pigmented form on me. Like, I'm wearing this today with a bronzer and a highlighter, but this, I'm wearing both of these kind of layered. I feel like this is a little bit more of a warm peachy tone than a cool or like light peachy tone. And it just works really, really well. So this is the only one that has become a favorite for me. I actually really love the packaging on this too. I kind of describe this as being like, just kind of like 80s. This is definitely like an 80s vibe to this packaging. That kind of like beige that you know is going to go yellowy over time. Okay, what is on my highlight, or what is my highlight? I don't know if you can still get this, but I've been loving this. This is the Bobbi Brown highlight powder in Bronze Glow. So this one, it's so beautiful. It's just so shiny, so bronzy, but so beautiful. Like, it's almost, this would be too much for me in the winter, but going into summer, I think this is going to be just absolutely perfect. That reminds me, I need to pull out Topaz from Jouer because that's my favorite summer highlighter. But I think this is going to be such a gorgeous summer highlight for like tanned skin. I hope you can get it, or I feel like Bobbi Brown kind of re-releases some of these things I don't know. Anyway, I hope you can get it. Let's talk about another Bobbi Brown product because I did not expect to love this as much as I ended up loving it. This is Bobbi Brown Beach Eau de Parfum. I'll link to my perfume haul video where I hauled this because I hauled a bunch of perfumes, and like some of them quite expensive, some of them quite cheap. This I picked up in Winners, which is like TJ Maxx, for 12 bucks. It's got that beachy scent, that beachy component. It's got this sweetness to it, and the sweetness is a little bit different than the Nooks one, but I love both of them. I got this 2 weeks ago, and I've already used this much of it. Every time I put this on, you know, I'll be at work and I'll be moving around and I'll catch a whiff of myself and I'll be like, oh my gosh, that smells so good. And you know, I tell my husband, here, smell this, and he's like, oh, that smells so good. And normally he hates perfume, like he just doesn't care. So for him to love this too is just like saying something. But anyways, this is a rollerball. I purchased the full size. It's on its way to me because I know I'm just gonna be wearing it to death this summer. So recently there's been 2 foundations that have made their way to the top of my favorites list. One of them is kind of a tried and true favorite that I've just kind of been rediscovering, and it's the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. I love this. Recently they came out with a ton more shades. They used to have such a laughably small shade range with these, but they have they've released new shades. I love the formula on this. It's very skin-like, it's medium coverage, but it lasts all day on even very oily skin, just with general maintenance like blotting. I haven't even been repowdering with most foundations, just blotting throughout the day, and I just love the finish it gets, like gives just the like very skin-like, it's actually my face you're seeing kind of finish, which I really love. And this one I feel like does the same, although this formula is so much more hydrating, and I really couldn't wear this during a full day. This is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation in the shade LN4. This is what I'm wearing today. Again, feel like this is super skin-like. That's been my favorite go-to recently, especially because I've been using up the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I feel like with Double Wear, it's just such a mask, and like, I just want to be me sometimes. And if you don't necessarily need a full coverage foundation and you want to kind of do something a little bit more light, I feel like both of these are such good go-tos, especially because they're affordable. They feel really good on the skin. This one though, I will say, is very scented. So if you don't like scented anything, stay away, because it really does have a noticeable scent when you put it on. This one has a buckfoot applicator, TM Emily Noel. This one has a pump. I actually much prefer this dispensing application as opposed to the big applicator, but it's fine. Both of them work fine. Okay, moving on. I am blown away by these, and I didn't expect to be. These have actually been sitting in my new Better Use It bucket for a long time. If you don't know my system, when I get new stuff, it goes in this kind of bucket, and that way I know, hey, you haven't used that yet and you need to, and I pull things out and then they actually go into that system back there once I've used them at least once. So that way I know I've overlooked stuff. And both of these have been sitting in there for so long, and I have used both of these a handful of times now and have been blown away. So these are the ColorPop pigments from the Zodiac Kathleen Lights collection. That collection I feel like had such a nice array of interesting shades, whereas they have released some new pigments after that, which are all seem to be just neutral metallics and honestly look really boring to me. But this Zodiac collection had such interesting colors, and I feel like I kind of want to take a second look and maybe get more. But these two in particular, this one is the Crab and this one is the Ram. I'm wearing the Ram today as the main lid color on my eyes, and it is this orange shade with this beautiful like peachy gold glitter reflect to it. And it doesn't even necessarily look like that in the bottle. Like when I looked at this, I was like, oh, that's a pretty pink. No, when I put this on, I was blown away by the actual way it looks on the lid. It's just the movement it has is stunning. I feel like I'm just noticing right now though, sometimes you get some fallout. Okay, I feel like I fixed that. I hope I fixed it. With pigments, definitely, I do think you will see more fallout than just regular pressed shadows, just because they're loose, obviously. This one, the Crab, you guys, I have gotten more compliments wearing this than so many other things. Every time I wear this, I wore it to work a couple times, multiple, like 5 or 6 people during the day would comment on it. It's blue, but it kind of has a purple reflect to it as well. I don't want to swatch these because these have this super loose like stopper that doesn't do anything really, and it can fall out everywhere. But this is like this really beautiful blue that has kind of a purpley shift to it, and I was wearing this, so I would put down a purple eyeshadow usually and then wear this blue, and it is very obviously blue, but it works so nicely with purple. And I feel like me, the blue eyeshadow hater, has actually kind of embraced blue a little bit with this pigment, working it in with purples, and I never realized before that I would actually love blue with purple. So it's kind of opened up a new world for me. But I say if you haven't looked at those yet, do it. This is the BH Cosmetics Base Booster Glitter and Shadow Glue. You guys, this is so sticky. If you have any shadow that has fallout, any glitter that has fallout that you're ever worried about, go pick this up. It's so affordable, especially wait for BH to put things on sale. They just put things on sale every day. So anyways, I bought this at half off. I think I paid like $3 for it or something. And this is so much even better than Too Faced Glitter Glue. Like honestly, I was using glitter glue for years. This I think is even better. It's super sticky. It works even for not necessarily even loose shadows, but shadows that you might have that don't pop as nicely in like on your lid as they do in a swatch. If you put a sticky base under them, a lot of the time that'll be the little thing it needs to just pop on your eyelid. So love that. Okay, 2 bronzers I've been really liking, and honestly, I don't know if you can get either one of these. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna do it anyway because, you know, people always say, why don't you feature like limited edition or discontinued things? People still want to use them, and it's like, okay, I get that. So if you have this in your collection, maybe pull it out, or if there's a way you can get it, maybe pull it out. And that being said, I feel like this product gets re-released at least every couple years, if not every year, in different packaging. This is the L'Oreal Glam Bronze Bronzer for face and body. They usually come out with this. I know I've seen it in a couple forms since I bought it. So if they bring it out again, this is a great bronzer. This was in my chopping block, and oh, there's dog hair everywhere. And I wasn't sure if I loved it still. And I gave this another chance, and I was using this off and on this month just to make sure that I liked it in my chopping block, like whether I was gonna keep it or not. And I am definitely going to keep that. I don't think I've posted the follow-up yet, but I'm definitely gonna keep this. This freaking dog hair, like, it's a good thing I love them. This bronzer is so beautiful on the skin. It has a little bit of shimmer to it. It blends really nicely. I just kind of fell back in love with that. This one I picked up in Winners, like I said, TJ Maxx, and it's the Too Faced Sweetie Pie bronzer. This is the one that looks like a pie, and it's so freaking cute. And I always kind of wanted this when it first came out, but I never wanted to pay the piper for it. And I found this for like $12, and I was like, okay, obviously, duh, getting it. But the thing I really like about this is it has these little pops of pink in it, so when you swirl it all together, it's still a bronzer. This is what I'm wearing today. So it's still warm, it still warms up your face, but it has this little rosy tone to it, which is a little bit of a different thing, and I think it's so beautiful. And sometimes I'll wear this without blush and just wear it by itself, and I think it looks so nice. So if you still have this, or if you see it in like Marshalls or TJ Maxx or something, pick it up. Okay, let's talk about a couple palettes. I have 3 palettes here that I've been loving recently. This one in particular, I have talked about a little bit recently on my channel, so I'm gonna talk about it again because it's just been a favorite. This is the BH Hangin in Hawaii palette. The metallics in here are gorgeous. I say the metallics in here are gorgeous, but you know what? The mattes in here are gorgeous too. Like, they just blend, they're smooth, they're beautiful pigmentation. The metallics are just, I know people hate this word, but they're buttery, like they're that creaminess. They're almost creamy. And I just loved this. There's not a ton of looks you can get out of this. Obviously, it's very neutral, and then it has the warm mattes in it, and pinky mattes, but you're not going to get a lot of variety, but the looks you can get out of this are just stunning. So I'm not going to swatch the entire palette, but there's 4 of the metallics and 4 of the mattes. Look at this. I just am blown away. Okay, this palette, I waited months to get it and I ended up, my patience paid off. Got it at Winners for like $30 cheaper than retail. This is the Venus XL2 from Lime Crime. Lime Crime has fast become my favorite high-end eyeshadow formula. It's like top 3 for me overall in eyeshadow formula. I think it's amazing. This is a combination of like peaches and greens, and you know, it's not just one pop of green or one pop of peach. It's just the whole palette is peaches and greens with a couple browns, but mainly peaches and greens everywhere. The formula is really stunning. I would say though, sometimes I have a little bit of trouble zoning in on what eye looks I want to do with this, and I don't necessarily know why. It might just be because it's one of those unique color combinations that you don't see very often and you just don't have a lot of like experience with, at least for me. So sometimes I'm like, okay, well, what eye look am I gonna do today? And it takes me a long time to figure it out. But that being said, I've been enjoying the process of figuring it out. So here is kind of a variety of some metallics, mattes, and a shimmer, just so you can see kind of the variety it has. I think you can kind of tell by just like the swatches, it's like, well, what do you do? You know, where do you go with this? And there's not necessarily like something you zone in on right away, but the colors are beautiful and there is a lot you can do with so much variety. So I feel like I'm in the middle of falling in love with this, you know, like I'm not quite there just because it's a little bit challenging for me personally. It might not be challenging for other people though, but anyways, been loving that. And this last palette, you know, thank you Alex again for introducing me to something amazing. I have been just die hard for this since I got it. This is the Juvia's Place, the Douce palette, and she, you know, she picked something absolutely perfect for me with the purple. These colors all blend super beautifully. The formula is amazing, both in the metallics and in the mattes. I'm wearing a few of these today. So I have the purple kind of through my crease. I have this pinky shade, which is such a beautiful transition. It is pink. It's not necessarily like a peach or like a peach smoothie type color. Definitely pink, but it can be like built up or sheared out. The purple did stain my eyelid, but it was fine. Like after overnight, you know, it went away. So just know that the purple did stain. This green I've worn on the lid a couple times. I was blown away by the amount of pigment that you can get just with a brush going on your lid. You know, honestly, a lot of the time with a metallic, you're gonna get the best payoff with your finger, and I never had to use my finger. I just used a brush and it was incredible, the payoff I got. I love this palette. I don't want to put it away. My Shop My Stash I have to do in a couple days, and I'm like thinking ahead, like which of these palettes am I gonna put back, because I kind of don't want to put this back. It's just so beautiful. So you know, my love for Kiss lashes has been a love affair this year, and I found even a new pair that I love. So normally I love the Gala lashes. They're so voluminous, but they're a little bit more like dramatic than these ones, and these ones I feel like are really good everyday kind of dramatic lash. So these are the ones I'm wearing today. I bought 2 pairs of them. This is the Kiss Lash Couture Naked Drama collection, and this one is chiffon. You can see them really up close there. You see how just long and wispy they are, which I love, but they're not as kind of drama filled as some other ones. And they have that like more invisible band that is a lot more flexible than a lot of eyelashes. And that's my favorite. I really hate those thick bands. I bought a pair of Tarte lashes, and you know, when you're gonna pay $16 for a pair of eyelashes and the band doesn't even move, and it's like hard and pointy, and it's just like, like why did I spend my money when I could have just went to the drugstore and bought something like this, which is comfortable and beautiful, and they're just my favorite. Like I don't want to buy high-end eyelashes anymore. I'm just like, Ardell and Kiss make such good eyelashes. I just don't know why anybody would want to. Okay, I have one skincare thing and one lipstick, and that's it. So this is the Pixi Skin Treats Rose Flash Balm. I haven't been using this long enough to tell you if it's made any difference in my skin. All I really want to comment on is the way it feels when you put it on. So this is a really kind of thick formula. This reminds me of the Korres Rose Overnight Mask that I love, that you know that I've talked about for months now. This is so similar to that, and definitely at least less than half the price of that one. The only difference between the two of these, and again, not commenting on the skin benefits, but just the way it feels, is Korres feels a little bit more whipped and this one feels a little bit more gel-like. But if you love rose skincare, this stuff smells amazing. Like, it smells like real roses. It's a little bit like thicker. I don't know if you could tell, you probably can't, but it feels super like nourishing when you put it on, and it's got that hydration and it's got that beautiful rose scent that I just love in skincare. So I've been really enjoying this. You can wear it as a regular moisturizer, or you can wear it overnight as a mask. And I always feel like my skin does look really soft and beautiful the next morning when I use that. So there you go. And last thing, I wanted to include this, A, because it's been a favorite, and B, because I discovered that you still can get this. This is the Urban Decay Vice Lipstick in Fuel, and this came out with their Naked Heat collection, what was that, 2 years ago now? And I thought it was limited edition at the time. This is what I've been wearing on my lips today. It's not. Well, I guess maybe it is, but it isn't. It was part of the Heat collection, but I just looked it up on Sephora Canada and it's there. You can buy it. And I also looked it up on the Urban Decay website and it's there and you can buy it. And this to me is just such a great summer go-to color. This is a cream formula, so it's still super comfortable on the lips, but it's opaque in color and I just love it. It looks so good with like tan skin. You know, it's got that kind of like bronzy nude to it, that brownie nude, but it's not brown, you know what I'm saying? So I love this. This is gonna live in my purse for the rest of the summer, so I wanted to talk about it before I actually put it there and never have it here to film with. But that is it for my current May favorites. I know it's a lot of stuff, it seems like, but again, I feel like I haven't done favorites in a while. So let me know what your favorites are. What am I missing? What new releases do I need? Do I really need anything? Never do, but love talking about it. Okay, that's it for today. I hope that you're having a great day. I hope that you're speaking kindly to yourself, especially when you look in the mirror. I love you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.